Alright, today is June 22nd, 2022. It is a Wednesday. It is also day 338 of web development. And today, I'm basically going to try to apply all the skills that I've been practicing recently into a homepage. So yeah, and it's going to be like a perfume themed homepage. So I'll start out with my doc type, HTML. So I'm letting this thing know that I'm writing in HTML 5. And then I'll do my HTML tags, my head tags, and then I'll do my body tags. So head tags is basically used for any files that you're referencing to or any fonts that you're referencing to, so that you can use it inside your HTML and CSS. And then body tags is basically anything in the body tags is what you're actually going to see on your site. So I'll start off with a div. So you can think of a div as a box basically, and then you can just have multiple boxes and just style them as you see fit. But you can give them labels with classes or IDs, and I'm just going to give this a class label of container. And so to target a class, you want to use dot notation and put the name of your class. So in this case, it's container, and then you can use properties such as border, and then give it values such as 5 pixels, black, solid border. And then that would pop up versus like a dotted border, right? So those are some values, and then obviously you are gonna have to give it a height. I like to do 100 vertical height of the screen so that it works that way. So in my container, I'm going to have a showcase. So I'm gonna do like another box, right? And I'm gonna give it a class, and I'm gonna call it showcase. And the showcase is going to have a video as a background, and so I'm going to do a video tag. So video, and inside my video tag I'm going to do a source tag, and I'm going to just put in the source of my video, which I have here. So I'm going to right click, copy video address, and hopefully it works if I just paste it in there. I do though have to go here and say autoplay so that it plays, it loops, and it is muted, and then it should play. There we go. Now if I save this and reload, it's gonna look something like this. So I need the video, which is just an element, so I'm going to target it by just writing the name of it. I need it to be 100% of the width of the showcase, and also 100% of the height of the showcase. So that works like that. That's good. Okay. I also, if you notice, there's some like margin, right? There's some white space between the whole screen and the container, and I don't need that. So I'm gonna go here, because HTML kind of gives off, or some browsers have like automatic margin and padding, and so I want to just zero those out. So I should remove any margin and padding that there is automatically by using the everything, the little star selector, which represents everything. So that fixes that. Alright, now for the showcase, I want to go here in the showcase, and I want to have a header. So I'm going to do a class header, and inside the header I'm just going to give a class logo. I'm going to have a logo, and I'm also going to have a nav bar. So I'll give it class nav bar. So I'll just go down here to my CSS and give them some properties. So for the logo, I'll give it a border of 5 pixels, pink, solid, and then I'll give the nav bar the same, and then I'll give the header the same, probably white though. Alright, maybe I'll change this to blue so you can actually see. So the logo is pink, the nav bar is blue, and the header is white. And so you see that happening. Now, how can we make sure that they're side by side, you know, the logo and the nav bar? Well, I can go here to the header, and I can give the header a display of grid. so I can make a grid basically. So how many columns do I want in this grid? I want 2. So I'm going to use the grid template columns property, and I'm going to set it to 1FR, 1FR, and that should make 2 columns, right? Or the equivalent is repeat 2 times 1FR, which separates my header into 2 equally spaced columns. It's the same thing as 1FR, 1FR. Alright, and so I'm going to go with my nav bar, and I'm actually going to make my nav bar. A nav bar consists of a list of links, and so I'm just going to do an unordered list. And I'm going to have some list items in here. So list item, and it's going to be just a link. So maybe this one's going to be, let's say like gallery. And then I'm going to have another list item, just going to copy it here. And I'm going to give it, change this to contact. And I'll change the gallery to maybe pricing. I don't know. Products, because this is different. So let me do products, and then contact here, and then I'll do cart here, and maybe instead of a cart I could do like an image. So I could do like an image, and then I could put the source of an image, and maybe go to icons and just search up. How do I search up? Okay, maybe a cart, a shopping cart I should have added. Let's see. Is there literally anything normal? Like, I just need a simple shopping cart. Maybe this. No. Maybe that, or maybe this. Let me do shopping. Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe I'll do bag. Shopping bag. I think that's better. Alright, so maybe we'll do this one. And I'll just do right click, copy image address, and go back to my code pen and just paste that image in there. Alright, and then that should pop up there. I could go over here, right, and I could go to dot nav bar, unordered list, list item. Actually, you know what? I could just give it like an ID of bag, and I could just target it, be like bag, and then just set the width, well, the bag image, and I could set the width of it to maybe be 30 pixels, and then the height to be 30 pixels, so that works out that way. Alright, and then I'm going to set, why does the header have a background? Oh, it doesn't, it's just above it. Alright, I'm going to give the header a position absolute so that it ends up being on top of the video. I'm going to give it a width of 80% and then just move it from the left possibly 15%. So it's at the center, kind of like that. Alright, and then I'm going to go here and try to find like a logo, maybe like a perfume. Something. I don't want anything chat like, I don't even know at this point. Maybe something like that. Right click, copy image address, it doesn't really matter. And then I'll do it. I don't think I even so oh, it's over here. And I'll just give it a background in there. Right, and then I'll just give it the width of 30 pixels, height of 30 pixels, and a background size of cover so that it covers the entirety of its container, which in this case it's the logo. And then I probably do want to make that a little bit bigger. Save that, and then look at how that is. Alright, and then I'll go here to the header and make everything, give it a font size of, I don't know, 30 pixels. See how that works. And then let's kind of figure out things with the nav bar. So to target the nav bar, I'll do nav bar, and then the list items. So unordered list item, because that's how it is in HTML, right? So you have the nav bar, then you have the unordered list and the list items. So I go in order. You could easily just do list item instead of adding UL, but I always like to add everything because it helps me keep track of everything. So I'll just set list style to none to get rid of the bullet points. Let's see. Oh, I'll give it a display of inline to get the links all in the same line, right, instead of being like a kind of column-ish. And then give it a padding of maybe 10 pixels, so there's space between each of the list items. has a grid template columns. Not display inline either. Hold on. I could always just change the font size of literally everything. So I'll take the header and change the font size to be maybe something like 20 pixels. The font size, everything works out for the better. So instead of 20 pixels, let's do maybe 15. Why? Just tell me why. Why does it do this? 15 pixels. It does not need that much space. 20 pixels. You know what I could do? I could do something different. I could be like, I'm trying to think. I could make it like a hamburger menu. Like delete it from here and then like make everything like one thing, like a modal. But I haven't done that before, so maybe that's something for another day. Let's leave it how it is because, yeah. So I'll leave it as... What the heck? 10 pixels? I'll leave it as 20 pixels for now. Let me forget about that. Let's just focus on how it looks like here first, and then we'll figure things out later. What was I gonna do again? I was gonna do something. Oh yeah, I was gonna do the modal for the contact. So when I click on contact, I need a modal to pop up. So I'm gonna go to my HTML. Oh, I hate this. So in the container somewhere, I'll just do like a div class modal. And then I'll put that inside a div class modal container. And then okay, so the modal container, let's start by going here. So I'll do modal container, give it a border of 5 pixels, white solid. How about green so I can actually see it? Alright, and I'm gonna give it a height of 100% and a width of 100%. But I need that to be position relative to the showcase, to the container here. So position relative, so it should be 100% now of everything, but it shouldn't be position relative. I didn't even spell that right. Oh my god. But it needed to be, yeah, it's gonna have to be position absolute, so it doesn't matter where I put it now. And then, let me think. Let me just take this, delete it, bring it all the way back down. Alright, so I'm gonna give it a background of a linear gradient of RGBA 0.77, 0.77, 0.77, and 0.7. And then putting out there, semicolon. That should pop up later in a second, so it's kind of like an overlay, right? And then the modal itself, right? I'm gonna give it a border, 5 pixels, white solid. And then, oops, I'm gonna have to give the modal container a z-index of 2, so it's on top of the nav bar stuff, right? Okay, the modal, I'm gonna give it a height for now of 400 pixels, so we'll see that appear. And then I'll give the modal container a display of grid so that the modal is at the center. Display grid. Display grid, I mean flex, what the heck? Flex, and then I'll do justify content center, which aligns my modal, it centers my modal horizontally, and then align items centers my modal vertically, so you'll see it move it down. Did I just say move it down? You'll see it move it down. You'll see it move down. That's how you say it. Okay, give it a width, because it doesn't have a width right now, of 400 pixels, something like that. And then let me see what it looks like over here. Alright, we could definitely work with this. Let me see. So I needed to have maybe 600 pixels. Actually, I'll do a height of 400 pixels. Something like that, right? And then I'll change the background to be something like white for now. Or maybe I'll do E, which is kind of like a lesser white. Alright. I'll give it a border radius, so it's round. Or maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. 20 pixels, something like that. And then I'll go into the modal and I'll do like, let's see, what do I want to give it? Oh, I want to do like, just an H1 since it's a contact thing, and I'll put like, alliance@gmail.com and just have that there, right? And then I'll set the modal to have a display of flex so that I can center that. So I'll do justify content center, which aligns my heading horizontally, and then align items center is going to align it vertically. And then we can definitely change the font size to be something like 40 pixels, and then give it a font family. Actually, I'll just give it the same font family that I did for the header, which is somewhere over here. I should probably just done this on the body tag, so it's everything. Ooh, no, 30 pixels. Alright, something like that. And then, the last thing I need is the X, which is, supposed to be in the modal. So, I'll put it in here. So it's going to be an href, and it's going to hold an image, which I'm just going to put in a link there in a second. And the image is just going to be like an X, so I just have to find it, like an X icon to exit out. I think something like, I always end up using this one. Right click, copy image address, go back in here and just paste that URL there, right? And then I'll just give it an ID of X, okay? And then I'll go to my CSS and I'll scroll down, right? And I'll target my ID by using a hashtag, because again, you target classes by using dots, and you target IDs by using hashtags, and then you target elements by just writing the element name. Okay, and then what was it, X? And then give it a width of 30 pixels, a height of 30 pixels. That probably should have been 10 pixels. Definitely give it a position absolute, so it has nothing to do with the modal, so it's just as if we could put it outside the container, outside of the modal, it wouldn't matter. Why is it so big? What's wrong with it? Oh, because it's supposed to be the image, that's supposed to have those properties. There we go. So it should definitely be a little bit bigger now. So let's do 25 pixels so that it pops up here. That's actually, let me go back to what I had it then. Maybe 35. Alright, something like that, and then let's move it. So position absolute, and so from the left, let's do 40%. And from the top, maybe negative. I don't think a negative percent is possible. Where did it go? Literally, where did it go? Hello? Oh. Okay, let's do 20%. Okay, maybe 15, and then 90. Whoa, okay, no. That should be for media query. So media, max width, 800 pixels, and then what am I doing again? Just paste that in there. But then we should change this. So maybe not 90%, maybe 70%, and from the top we could do maybe 35%. Okay, that's a little, maybe 25%, and then 55. Now that's just crazy. Okay, 60. 65. Okay, almost there, and then just a little bit more down. Okay, there we go. So I think that's good. Alright, so we got our modal up and working. The modal container is a little bit weird. Maybe if I set the modal container to have a height of 100 VH. Would it go all the way down? Yes, it will. Kind of not. I don't know. Okay, so let's move on with the actual target stuff. So when I press on contact, where is my stuff? Where's the contact? Where's my list? I'm so confused. Okay, over here. So when I press on contact, I need this to go to the ID modal, right? Or, okay, so then I'm going to go to the modal container and give it an ID of modal. So when I click on contact, the ID is targeted. So I'll say, okay, when the modal ID is targeted, so when it has a state of target, then I need the visibility of the modal to become visible. But right now it's already visible. So I'm going to go to the modal container and I'm going to set the visibility to hidden so that it hides itself. Okay, and then when I click on contact, it should pop up. And then for some reason, when I click on the X, it already closes out, but I just want to make sure. When I target the X, I need the modal to have a visibility of hidden. So save that. And then reload. Did I not save? Is my internet off? Okay, so contact, it should pop up, and when I click X, it should delete. Okay, perfect. So that's working out for me. That's great, that's great. Progress. So you can see an overlay happening and everything. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go ahead. Maybe I should make it prettier. Should I make it prettier? I feel like I should make it prettier. Nah, it's okay. Let's see. Let me just remove the border. What happened? Is this thing freezing on me? Because no. Get rid of the border of the modal container and get rid of the border of the modal, and then it should be a little prettier. Okay, there we go. I just feel like this is too thick. I don't know. without my mic being on, so that's great. Basically just change the height of the contact anyway. I want to add kind of like a grid in the container, so I'm just going to scroll down. I'll just go here, and I'll just do div, and I'll give it a class called grid. And I'm going to do some cards in here, so it's kind of like a card UI. So class, give it card. I haven't done this in a long time, but I'm going to do a few things inside the card. First of all, I'm going to give it an ID of card 1 so that I can target it individually. I'm going to do I want to do a thumbnail? Do I want to do a background? I don't know. Let me think. No, I want to do a background, and then I'll do another overlay. Yes. Okay, so I'll do div class, and I'll do modal 2. Not modal 2, but maybe like overlay question mark. So inside the overlay there's going to be an H1, which is the name of the perfume, and there's also going to be a maybe like an H1, and then it's going to be like the price. So and then maybe like a paragraph about it. Actually, maybe not a paragraph. Maybe just a button. So I'll use a link for that. And I'll actually do maybe like add to cart or add to bag. That doesn't make sense. Oh, maybe I should have done a cart instead of a shopping bag. No, I'll leave it as add to bag. But add to cart seemed more professional. But whatever, it's okay. Alright, so let me style this first one, and then I'll go back and figure my things out after. I'll go here, target my grid, give it a border, 5 pixels, black, solid, give it a height of 100 VH, and then maybe change it to blue. Okay. That's literally horrible. No way, the video didn't take up the full width of it. That sucks. So I guess I'll have to change the showcase. Where's the showcase? Hello? What the? Hello? Did I not do a showcase? You're kidding me. Oh my god, I was so scared. Okay, I did do a showcase. I just think I didn't add it here. That's weird. So I guess I'll add it here. Showcase. Height. Min content. So I think that did nothing. Wait, is the black the container? Oh no, I want main content. There we go. Much better. So let me just leave this empty for now. Alright, so at this point we'll do 100 VH, and then we'll do I forgot what I'm gonna do. I forgot. Okay, where's my cards? Here, right? So I'll do another one of these. So I'll copy this 3 times, and I'll just change this to card 3 and the top one to card 2. And then I'll go down here to my grid, right? So now we have all that stuff, and then I'll set the height of it to not be, I'll just literally give it a display of grid template columns, of 1FR, 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 which is the same thing as saying repeat 3 times 1FR, which is saying, okay, separate this grid into 3 equally spaced columns. Alright, why didn't it work? Display, grid, template, columns, repeat 3 times 1FR. interesting. Oh, I think I put it outside of the grid. Whoops. So that should work now. Or maybe not. What's the issue now? So the grid, oops, okay, yeah, no. Alright, there we go. But then does it ever end? Hold on, I'm scared now. I don't know what I did. Let me go back and delete these. So this is the grid. So over here, the card is supposed to be here. Card 3, card 2. There we go. Alright, so now it has like your template columns, which works out. Alright, so I don't know what just happened. Okay, so we're onto a grid basically. So the height of my grid needs to be, you know what? I could always, hold on, let me think. I could have it be responsive, or I don't even know. I can have the container have a display of grid, and then have it be grid template rows be one of R, right? And then that does that, but then it doesn't give a height to the grid. So we could do, oh no, not 1 of R, but 100 VH, 100 VH. But it's not doing that, so that's because there's other things in here. You know what, maybe I won't do a grid this time, and I'll just leave it to be oh, it's because, are you kidding me? There we go, but that messes things up, doesn't it? I mean, I feel like I could fix this if I just put everything outside of the container. So I can put, let me just copy everything and then go back up, and then anything such as this can go outside here of the container. Anything besides a showcase, right, and the grid. So then in that case, I think it still works out where if I do 100 VH, 100 VH, because it doesn't, okay, you know what, never mind. I'll just leave it how it is. Not that it matters anyway. Let me just go here, do that instead. Oh, and then I would also have to change the X here for the media query. So from the 45, maybe 30. Okay. Alright. I guess I'm gonna leave it like that. And then I have a grid, and so I'll just go here and individually set the height of the grid to be 100 VH. Okay. So that should work out. And then the card, I'll give each card a border, 5 pixels, let's say green solid. I'll give them, I'll give the grid some padding of maybe 20 pixels. Give each card a border radius of 20 pixels. Give the grid, have there be some spacing between each card, so like a grid gap of 1 EM. And then I'll go here and do like dot overlay and give that a border of 5 pixels, black solid. Give it a background of a linear gradient and have it be RGBA 0.77, 0.77, 0.77, 0.7, and then just copy that again. And then just put that there. And then give it position relative to the card and have it be from the top, maybe like 80%. That works. So maybe 85%. And then also give it a border radius of 20 pixels. And maybe 82. Okay, that works. We'll have to adjust that after we fix things here. So let me reload, see how it looks like. Okay, so let me go to the images that I had. I don't even know where I had them. Are these it? Ooh, I love this one. Copy image address. And then I'll go here and target each card. So I'll do hashtag card 1 because each card has its own individual ID. So the URL, just paste that in there. Did I not copy it? Okay, and I'll do background size cover so that it covers the entirety of its container, in which this case it's card 1. So if I were to reload that, it would work just as well here. Maybe give it a background position of center. That works much better. Okay, we could do that. We could also do maybe give this a padding of 50 pixels instead of 20. So it's a little bit smaller. Did I give the card a height? No, I didn't. Alright, let me go to Unsplash. Maybe do something like that. And I would just paste this URL here and then copy this, paste that, card 2, and then hello, paste that, and then do card 3, and then just take this URL, delete it, and then replace card 2 with that URL, and then let me find another image. Maybe we could do something like that. Oh, I could do, oh, this would have been good. Never mind. Maybe copy image address. Did I not replace it? Whatever. I just want them all to be like the same type of style. Copy image address, so maybe this could be the first one instead. And then this could be the second one. And then that's beautiful. Oh no, definitely I'm using these. So this one, copy image address, is going to be, thank God I found a set. So this one will be the third one. This one will be the middle. Oh no, it should have been the middle one. I don't even know at this point. We'll see. And then, oh my god, it's so pretty. This one's so cute. The first one. Alright, let me see how that looks like. It just looks very blurry. I don't like it. Why is it always like that? I want something like cute. Maybe it's the background that I need to fix. So maybe I'll go to the grid, right? And I'll give it a background of, I don't know, like a certain color. So I'm gonna use this color picker, something like this, maybe like an off-white. Something like that. And then just paste that in there. I guess that could work, I don't know. I'll actually, instead of doing that, I'll just go here, and for the body, I'll just give it a background so that everything essentially has a background in the body of that color, so then that works out. Okay, and then, I don't know, these images are just not it right now. They looked good. Is it my Wi-Fi that's off? That's why they're not loading nicely? I don't know. But these were a nice set of images. But I need something like, I don't know, vintage. What do you call like those vintage perfumes? Let me see. Vintage perfumes. Okay, so basically, I'm trying to find some like vertical ones. Okay, maybe something like this. Alright, so maybe we'll do, I don't even know honestly. Oh, I think I have. Never mind, I don't even know. Yeah, maybe we'll go with this, because this was kind of in the theme. I just need to find two images similar to those. Maybe this one. So I'll go down here and just change background there. Maybe this one can be the middle one. And maybe this one at the top could be the last one, question mark. Does that look better? It just doesn't fit the theme. The first one definitely fits the theme. Okay, I'm gonna have to find two images that is kind of similar to the first one. Maybe this. It's like pinkish, brownish, neutral. So, second card here. Okay. And then something like that. Maybe this. Ooh, maybe this one. Alright, that's much better. But I'll have to like manage the positioning of these things. So they all have the background position center, but the last one needs to have maybe position, should have done left instead of right. Now you can't even see it, so left. I still can't even see it, that's funny. What? Okay, so how about, I don't know, it's just center is not working out. What? Did I write it wrong? I'm so confused. How about I give it no positioning? It was fine at first. What? Okay, background, position, center. Okay. Oh, is it because it's more towards the right and that's why? Yeah. Maybe I'll do something like this one instead. Right click, copy image address, and just paste that in there. Oh, that's much better. Okay. And then I think that's good. Alright, do I want to make the cards smaller? Is that something that I want to do? I don't know. I don't know. Do I? Maybe I do. So maybe I'll give the card a height 600 pixels. Which is definitely something. Let's see. I guess that works, and I guess it's center in the middle. So we could definitely center it in the middle. So, but the thing is, it doesn't have. The grid has a blue, so I can't. It already has a display of grid. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to go back into the grid and probably do like call it section 2 instead. I don't know, let me find it here. So let me do another one inside and then just do change this one, last grid, change this one to section 2. So after the showcase, right, we have section 2. So now I'll go here, right? And then let me think. Section 2 now should have a we don't even need this anymore. Padding. Do I do that? Do I do that or do I not? Maybe I do, I don't know. Alright, so now we have that, and now I can take, because I'm like speaking and not like telling like what I'm doing. So I'm doing this because I want the cards to be centered, right? And in order to do that, I'm gonna have to use display flex, but I can't do that with just one border, right, which is the only one we had, which was the grid, which was the first blue one, because it has a display of grid already. So I had to do another one inside, actually outside. So this, the original, let me just change the color so you can see what I'm talking about. So let's do green. So let me save that, reload here. So the blue one is the one we had originally, but now I just shrinked it so that it still has a display of grid, but now I have one on called section 2, which is the green border, in which I can now have a display of flex, so I can center it in the middle. Yeah, and so I'm gonna tell the grid to have a height of min content, and then the height of section 2 would be 100 VH, and it would also have a display of flex, and I'll do justify content center and align item center. So that's going to align my cards vertically, while justify content aligns it horizontally. So I save that and I reload, and that happens, but that happens because I didn't set a certain width for the cards, and so I have to go back to the cards if I can find them, and I have to give them a certain width. So I don't know, maybe 400 pixels. Okay, something like that, right? But now it's in the middle, which is what I wanted. Let me think. Okay, that's fine. And then at this point, I need to work on the overlay. So the overlay is this part. I was just on it. Hello? Oh, okay, it's right here. So actually, before I work on the overlay, let me just do a media query because I can't stand looking at this. So when the screen hits 800 pixels, I need the grid to have a grid template to have 2 columns instead of 3. Well, that's odd. What happens now? Did I not have a grid? What's off? What's up with this thing? Grid, right? Grid template columns. Did I spell it wrong? Yes, I did. Of course I did. There we go. Now it should be 2 columns. It's so ugly. Why is it like that? I never told it to be. Oh, it's because I didn't do a... No way, bro. It's because I didn't make the entire thing a grid, so that's why it's doing that. That sucks. Great. So how about I go and fix that then? Yeah, it's gonna have to end up being 1. But it has to be under everything, which is a problem. So let me go here to the container because it has to have a display of grid at this point. So I'll go here all the way up. I'll do display grid, and then I'll do grid template rows 100 VH 100 VH for each row that there is, but then I'll have to remove everything else. This is a mess. And then I'm trying to think. So I'm gonna cry. I don't even know what I'm doing. Alright, container, right? And then I'll have to remove this stuff. That's what I tried doing earlier. I knew this was gonna happen. Oh, this sucks. But then that happens and that sucks. I don't know, man. You know what? It's okay. Maybe it doesn't have to be responsive. You know what? I could do this. I could fix this. Alright, so I'll go to section 2. Okay. What am I doing again? I forgot. So I have so much green stuff here. I don't even know what anything is anymore. So I have a border. Where do I have a border? Where's my stuff? Alright, so the grid has a border of 5 pixels. Oh no, that's the overlay. No, I'm not interested in that. The border is green. I need the blue, which is section 2. And I need that instead of 100 maybe, man. Content. But then and then the container, I guess we don't what's the black? That's the container, right? So why isn't it, is it not inside? Girl, I'm so confused. Don't tell me I put this stuff outside. Showcase, right? So it should be inside of the grid still. Not the grid, but the container. So the container, well, this doesn't even work anymore, so there we go. Perfect. Alright, now we're looking at the good stuff. Okay, fix that. So it should be responsive. Okay, this header, definitely need to work on that. Alright, okay, so I fixed that, that's fine. Now to the overlay I go. For the overlay, to find it, I'm just going to, well, I'll have to do the oh no way, hold on, maybe I could do card 1. No, because I have to change that here, right? So I have to go here to the cards and then just change it individually. So I'll have to be like, let's do, what's it called? Gaia. Just gonna leave it like that. And then I'll do that, and then this one's called, Miss Dealer. And the last one is called Pertice. Hopefully I spelled that right. I'm not gonna double check. Anyway, okay. Now I'm gonna go to CSS, go to the overlay, give everything in there a color of white so we can see it. Give it a padding of 20 pixels, so there's space between, you know, everything. Let's do text transform uppercase, so everything becomes uppercase. And then you know what I should do? I should have done the both H1s in like one little section. So I'll do like div class, I don't name it, like title maybe, and then I'll copy this here, paste it in here, and then add that there, and then do the same thing here, and then close the div there, And then now what I'll do is I'll go here. Where's my overlay? And I'll do the title section. So I'll do title, and I'll give it a display of flex, and that should automatically put my things in the same line because flex direction is automatically set to row. And then I'll also, I don't know if I could give it a, let me see, some margin, some padding. Is there any way to do, oh yeah, I can do justify content space around, and that would put space around everything essentially. There we go. I just don't want it to be so far apart, so maybe instead of doing that I could just do dot title h1, but they're all h1s. Margin bright, no, that's gonna mess things up because they're all h1s. Yeah, I guess it's fine. Let me just see it here. Alright, that works, I guess. And then the add to bag is gonna go here, and so I'm gonna go here, right? No, what is this horrifying stuff? Oh no, I did something wrong. What did I do wrong this time? I'll have to go here and give it an ID of H for heading, and do that over here, and do that over here. Alright, so what am I doing again? I forgot. Oh yeah. Okay, I was gonna do #H. But still something's wrong because this is, whoa, I don't even know. This is, why isn't the middle one like the other ones? What's going on here? What? And maybe, nah, I probably did something wrong. Oh, it makes sense. Yeah, never mind, it does make sense. It's because this is way bigger than everything. So maybe on the overlay, I'll give it a font size of 20 pixels. No. Okay, how about 12 pixels? Do I like it? Do I not like it? Do I not like it? I don't like it. So how about 15? Alright, you know what I'll do? Let me think. I'll just do #card3 dot overlay no, that's not gonna work. H1. No, I don't think this is gonna work because it just doesn't make sense. No. Oh, that's why, because it's going over. Great. That's just great. Oh, you know what I need to do? Hold on. Let me do border 5 pixels. White solid. I need to give each thing. You know what? I'm so done with this. Hold on. I can fix this real quick. I don't even know why I didn't do this before. Make this an H2. No way, I made it an H2 already? That's crazy. H2. Oh, it does it automatically. Okay. I was like, did I make it an H2? Alright, and then I can delete this. Delete the ID. And then delete the ID here. No, not that. That was not an ID. This is the ID. Okay. And then, alright, so now I can see the title, right? And then what I'll do is I'll just delete all this. And then I'll do dot title H1 and then give it a border. Copy this, paste it, and then just change it to H2 so that I could see it, and maybe change it to pink so I could actually see what's going on here. Alright, when in doubt, make borders. Okay. Did I give a display with flex? So what I was going to do, actually, you know what, at this point, it would have just been so much easier to do justify content. Space around, I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, I think that works, but it's just, I don't like it like that. It's so, I don't like it. No, I'd rather do it myself. I always do this. Why do I always do this to myself? Okay, right, so I'll do margin. Right. I'll do something like 100 pixels. Okay. Maybe we can individually change it. So I could do, I don't even know what I want to do. I don't need this. Do I? Oh, you know what I could do? I can make the width of this to be larger, so maybe 300 pixels. So that fixes card 2. Or not. Oh, not the, oh no, yay, no, yeah, it's the width that I want. But why is it not working? Let me think. Okay, I want it to be more towards, like, the 199 all the way towards the right, which is basically what the second card is doing, but it's taking up, it's making this die or, like, Theo or whatever too big. And the third card is going out of the whole thing. What I could do is make another div inside the overlay and just since everything's inside, but I'm too lazy to do that. So I don't want to do that. That can work for next time when I work on responsiveness. I don't even know. I've done this before. Why can't I do it again? Like, come on, sorry. Let's think. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is get rid of this, right? And then I'll do card 1 dot title H1 maybe, and then do margin towards the right of 100 pixels. Okay, good, that works. So we'll do 120 pixels. 130. We'll do the same thing. I'll have to individually target each one. Maybe 80 pixels. Right, I just need it to be all the way at the end. Oh. This one needs to be way less. Okay, I guess it's right about there. Yeah, I don't really care. It doesn't have to be perfect. So let me get rid of the borders so that I can see what it looks like now. Okay, that's still horrifying. Let me think. The H2s need to have a display of flux so that they're at the center. Hold on, let me try something. I'm just targeting the link and turning the background to white, a padding of 10 pixels. So there's space between the background and the text. Text decoration, none removes the underline. Color changes it from blue to white. Alright, and then I'm going to do a margin top of maybe 10 pixels, so there's just space between the title and the button. But that seems to not be working. That never seems to be working. So what I guess I'll have to do is I'll have to go to the title and do margin bottom instead. So margin from the bottom maybe 10 pixels, just like I had it. $15 pixels. Okay, that works better. And then possibly give it a border radius of 20 pixels. Alright, so that works out, and then let me get rid of the border for the title so we can see what's going on here. So that's kind of the stuff that's, maybe I should have added it to the right. Probably should have added it to the right. Too late. whatever. And then I'll do like a dot overlay A when it's in the hover state, and I'll probably change the background to be the same accent or background color as this one over here. Okay, so that's working out. Alright, okay. And then let me just check one thing. For the overlay, does it have a font family? No, so I'm gonna have to grab the font family from the header, or from here. No, from the header. And just plop that in for the overlay. And I should change the font. There we go. Third one, I could use more margin towards the right. Okay, that's better. And then there's definitely need of more margin here. So maybe 25 pixels between the button and the title. And I wonder if I could just move it towards the right. So I could also, hold on, I need to move it to the right. It's like literally not visually pleasing right now. So I'll give it a position of relative, and I'll make it relative to, let's see, I'll make it relative to, let me copy it and do it relative to the title, to the overlay, and then from the right, maybe 80%. What happened? Oops, I mean from the left. Okay, let's do 50%. Actually, no, 80, just how I had it. Okay, so maybe 75. 73. Okay, I think maybe 60. 64. Really? 70. Okay. It's just so weird. So then let me just fix the padding. Oh my god. Let me fix the padding of, not the padding, margin. So we'll do margin here, maybe 40, 90. That's the problem. Oh my god, bro. Really? Okay, there we go. Alright, so that's fixed, and now let's move on to the positioning of the overlay. So let's go back to the overlay and set the position to maybe be from the top 80%. 79%. Okay, that works. And now let me start getting rid of every border that there is here. So get rid of that border, border of the cards, border of the grid, border of section 2. I think that's good. I'll just have to change this to be possibly 80% again, because it didn't account for the border. And then save that, reload. Okay. And so, only thing is, maybe it's too small considering. I don't even know at this point, I don't care. When I hover over the card, I need the card to have a position relative to itself and go from the top -2 pixels. So that when I hover over it, it's gonna move to the top a little bit. So you can see that happening here. Versus if I were to do like -20 pixels, you'll see it even in a greater effect. That'll go up like a lot more. See? But I like to do like a slight. Thing here. Alright, and then the overlay is going to have to be invisible. So we're going to set the visibility set to hidden. And when I hover over the card, right, I also want the overlay to have a visibility of visible. So as you can see, when I hover over it, there's the overlay, which I think is pretty nice. And the context still works. And then I think that's good. I could always, I don't know, I feel like something's missing. It's okay. I'll just go here and get rid of the container border. Where is that? Let me get rid of this. Alright, oh, I was gonna remove this, okay. So, delete that, and that's gonna happen. And then, so that works out. Should I add a footer? Should I not add a footer? I don't think I'm gonna add a footer. I really don't want to add a footer. Alright, that's it for today. Maybe I should change this to be... No, I'll leave it as white. Or maybe I should change this to be smaller. The font size of a logo. That's disgusting. But then why is it all the way at the top? It's so weird, never mind. I'm not even gonna get into that, I'm not gonna bother. Obviously this is like not responsive, like at all. I mean it is kind of, but also not. Like what is this? I mean the grid is responsive, we figured that out, but then the showcase, definitely not. I don't even know what to tell you. Like what is this? And the nav bar, like nah bro, nah. Yeah. I wonder if I can get into like back end and like, okay, when I click add to bag, it adds the item to the bag, and then I can go on this page and then like there would be a database, right, of like all the things that I added to the bag. I wonder if I want to get into that now. I feel like I don't, like not right now, because I really want to get the responsive side of CSS down before I get into back end, because yeah, this is basically what I can do at the moment. Yeah, I guess I should have done more. I should have done hold on. I should have done this, hold on. What I did on day 336, maybe something like that, like view collections. And then I could have done the grid at the bottom. Anyway, whatever, that's it for today. We love that. Ooh, actually one more thing. When I click on products, I want it to bring me to the grid. So I'm gonna go back here and I'm going to go to the product link, wherever it is, and then I want it to bring me to grid, and then I'll go here and give my grid an ID of grid. So now if I save this and I reload this and I click on products, it should take me to my grid, right? My products, right? Maybe I should have done an H1. I don't even know. And then contact brings up my modal, which only covers the showcase. So I don't know if I want to make it, and it's not even covering like the entirety of the showcase. And I don't know if I want to make it so that it covers the entire, okay, whatever, I don't even care at this point. Yeah, this is what we have so far. I feel like this could be better. I don't know, maybe like a linear gradient of 2 colors. I don't even know. It's okay. I'm gonna leave it like it is today. Well, yeah, that's it for today. Bye.